Hello, my name is Judy and I'm a librarian here at the University College Library, which is the library on Central Campus. I'm going to take you through the steps you need to follow to access the Opposing Viewpoints database. So when you're asked to do a persuasive paper or an argumentative essay or a speech, you'll know where to go to get the resources. So this is the library's homepage, and yes, you can just go ahead and type in broward.edu/library, but then you'll need to log in with the one login on the top right hand corner in order to have access to these resources. On the other side, you could go to the D2L page and choose any one of your courses, anything on the list. They all are set up with the same template, which will give you these different categories along the top, and under resources, which is the far right one, if you click the down arrow, you will then see library right there, second one on the list. It doesn't look any different once you've logged in until you start accessing the resources. So as you scroll down a little bit, you're going to click on databases, and then you get the list of 222 different databases we have available to you currently. These resources are paid for by your student fees, and they are very expensive, which is why they're behind a firewall, so you'll need to prove that you have the rights to get in. But once you do, you'll have access to the whole world of resources and citations, which is really why we come here instead of going to Google. So I told you the name of it was Opposing Viewpoints in Context, which is why we're going to click on the O to then have our 222 databases limited down just to the ones that are an O. Unfortunately, there aren't that many. So it's easy to find Opposing Viewpoints in Context from the much shorter list. Once you have found it, you're going to click on the title of the database and it will open it up to Gale in Context, Opposing Viewpoints. You have this very intriguing, I can't even circle it, this very intriguing search box up here that you might feel like you want to go ahead and start putting stuff in. Do if you wish, remembering that it is only a keyword search, so do not put your entire phrase or thesis statement. Just think of the main point of the topic you're looking for. However, if you're one of those students that isn't quite ready with their topic yet, it might be better for you to scroll on down and see the different categories that are included in this database. And you see there's 466 different issues that you can go through as well. So you can go by category, or you can choose the particular social issue as you look through the list. Now, all of these were created initially by the essays that were published by Opposing Viewpoints in Context, but then have been updated and augmented with academic articles and magazines, statistics, videos, what else, newspapers, like just everything that could give you information on that topic and is academic in nature, so that you can verify who did it and where it was published and why it was published and all the things you have to go through in order to use a source. This database has done it for you, so you don't have to worry about it. Just pick a topic that looks interesting. And the ones that say updated, that just means that most recently there have been more publications on that issue, and therefore they are updating the resources that they have available for you. If none of these topics look very interesting, you could of course just go ahead back to that search box and put in something that has popped into your mind since then. Oops, where's my search? There we go, search box up on the top. However, the advantage of choosing one of the ones from this list is that you know that it's going to give you something from all categories. And sometimes your professors ask you to provide, I was going to say give, but no, provide sources from newspapers and, 3 books and 2 academic articles and 1 video. Like, they give you a shopping list. This database is going to give you access to all of that in 1 search. So, might be worth taking a look over here. I'm going to just choose a topic off the top of my head as I scroll on through. I think maybe I'm going to go with deforestation. Sure, why not? It's been updated. Let's take a look. What are we going to argue about deforestation? It kind of seems like the sort of thing that is a no-brainer, right? But we can take a look at the overview and get an idea of what the different arguments are and who is for and against the different sides, right? So as you scroll down, you'll see that it has a main ideas, kind of breaks it out, but then they have these bolded and larger subcategories as they would if it was an APA paper. And then when you get down to the bottom, it gives you the MLA citation as a default, but then they also have APA citation format and Chicago and Harvard as you click through. But since it defaults to MLA 9th, and probably you're doing a persuasive paper for English, you need not worry, you already have it all set up. You'll need to copy and paste this into your works cited, and of course change the font style, font size, and spacing, but other than that, it's good. So all the information that you need and the order that it needs to be provided is already there for you. So yay. So then, once you find that this is the source that you want to use, you are going to go and email it to yourself, and it's over here under the send to, the little paper airplane icon. When you click that, it will pop up with the email option, and you can send it to your school email, your personal email, your friends, your enemies, any email address that you feel like, because you have already authenticated yourself, so you already have access to this. And you can just go send it off. Do not play with this little section here. This is the only thing that maybe might trip some people up, because it looks like, hey, it says citation. I know I want a citation. I'm going to click that. But if you do, then you will not get the full text of the article. Instead, what you will end up with is just this information that's on the top of the page, above, I made it too big, above that line. Just this top bit information will end up. And you'll have to do the search over again in order to find the article. So don't mess with that. Just go ahead and put in your email address and click send, and you're good. If you needed to create your works site as you go along and you don't really want to go digging in your emails, you have this site button that you can use as well. This beautiful site at the top of the page with a kind of open quote signal. When you click on it, it will pop up in the middle of the screen with your MLA 9th, and then again, if you had APA or Chicago, these are the 3 that are used at Breyer College. We don't use the Harvard style, but as you go along, you might end up in a university that does it, and now you know this database has that ability if you also have this database at that university. If you wanted to save this page, if you're one of those people that just likes to bookmark things, you'll need to get the link from over here on the side where it says get link. This will give you the permalink for this article. Then you can select and paste it into your URL and save it that way. If you try to bookmark it from here, this URL in your toolbar is not going to access this article. It's just going to end up with a 404 for you, so don't take that. You're going to want to take the link from within the article itself. As you see, we went into the initial essay, but underneath it, there's all these other crazy options. You have 280 academic journal articles to look at about deforestation, and these articles are going to present the information with kind of, a persuasive slant to it. This is why it's in this database. and you have some videos, and you have, oops, I clicked the video thing. And I know you can go to YouTube or Vimeo and just look at all the videos in the world, but those videos will not cite them for you. In this database, if you looked at the video, you will have the work cited at the bottom, and in this case, you even looks like you have a transcript. So you don't have to worry about figuring out what it is they said. You have the exact sentences here, so you could copy and paste it. Yes, you can highlight it, but then once you have emailed it to yourself, that's the only way you're going to get the highlights. If you close this out after the highlighting and you came back in, it wouldn't be there because, you know, it's your particular highlights. So don't worry about that being saved. It's only going to send it to your email, and it will send in your email the full text. And I'm saying this to you so that you will go ahead and keep a copy of your resources. If you did not email yourself articles, sometimes they just disappear. And unfortunately, it happens more frequently than we would like. So be sure to email yourself so you have a copy of it in case anything should happen. No matter what, you can have access to the article and the works cited. So then when you're doing your information for your research, you're all set. So don't look at the rest of my email. Just notice that at the top of the page, while I was talking, it already sent it. It went immediately. And here's the full text of the article, including my little highlights. And underneath it, it has the source in MLA 9th format. Again, it's going to have to change the size and the font style, but otherwise, you will have your entire thing all set to go for when you are ready to write your paper. Hopefully, this is enough information for you to have some fun with opposing viewpoints and context. And if you have any trouble, if you run into any difficulties, you always can come into the library, or you can make a student research appointment in order to have a librarian help you out, make sure it all comes together well. Good luck on your research. Bye.